Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about Goku and Vegeta's new enemies. Yes, new Majin Boos are going to appear, and one person in particular is manipulating everyone. I'm going to show you everything here. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have you done that yet? So let's get started. Guys, with the arrival of Dragon Ball Daima, new characters were introduced to us, and among them there is one in question that has a great air of mystery. And in this case, this character in question would be Dr. Arisu, who is Dejesu's sister, and by extension the sister of Shin, our Supreme Lord Kaio. Her first appearance was in the first episode, where she already showed herself to be a manipulator by insinuating that Goku and his friends could end up invading the Makai world, and how they had been able to face and defeat Majin Buu himself, who was incredibly powerful by the standards of the beings of the Makai world. So it was obvious that King Goma would be somewhat afraid of Goku and his friends, and that was exactly what Dr. Arisu wanted, and she easily achieved it. After her quick introduction, she ended up leaving the place, leaving King Goma alone and thoughtful. In a short time, he remembered Dr. Arnisu's words, and with that came the idea of using the Dragon Balls from planet Earth, and with them he would wish that Goku and his friends would become younger, which would make them weaker. Dejesu, who was with his king, ended up wondering if that would be a good idea, but quickly the two ended up getting a fright when Dr. Arisu appeared between them, confirming that the idea of turning Goku and his friends into children was a good idea. Just from those brief moments in which she appeared, we can see that she is a dangerous woman. Could she be dangerous because of her powers? Maybe, after all, we have no information about her abilities up until this point, but we can be absolutely sure that she is a dangerous person because of her ability to manipulate weaker beings. And this is clear when she easily manipulated King Goma and his brother Dejesu. Now, an interesting piece of information that we discovered at the end of the first episode is that Dr. Arisu ended up leaving the demon world and went to one of the 12 universes, and I am almost absolutely sure that she went to the 7th universe, but you must be wondering why she would go to the 7th universe out of nowhere. Simple, my dear subscribers. I believe that she went to the 7th universe to go after the former king of the demon realm, Dabura, who ended up being defeated by Majin Buu. As we already know, Dr. Arisu is a doctor, and that's pretty obvious, and as such she is a researcher who must be looking to increase her power through her science, and a very good way for that to happen would be if she had her own Majin similar to Majin Buu. Maybe not as powerful as the real Majin Buu, but her creations could be at a nice level for her to possibly conquer the demon world and perhaps reign over it in place of King Goma. And from what we've seen, King Goma and Dr. Arisu don't get along very well, and she doesn't have a loyalty to King Goma like her brother Dejesu has, so she could betray him at any moment. We know that Dr. Arisu ended up leaving the demon world at some point for a reason that we don't know for sure at the moment, but I believe that the reason she left the demon world was precisely to create new Majins. In my opinion, Dr. Arisu went to the 7th universe to study the beings that existed in that universe where her former king of the demon realm was previously. Dr. Arisu must have used a magic similar to what King Goma used in the first episode, and upon seeing the potential of the various beings that got in the way of Goku and his friends, the scientist ended up becoming fascinated by such beings and decided to go after these beings, or at least their DNA, for her to use in her experiments, and with that she would be able to create new, more different Majins with varied abilities and capabilities that would have the potential to become more powerful, even more so if she had obtained the DNA of a Saiyan and managed to give them the ability to become stronger the more battles they got into, just like Saiyans like Goku and Vegeta, who become more powerful as the battles they get involved in progress. These so-called Majins that Dr. Arisu may be creating have not yet appeared in the anime or even in any of the trailers, but there was a leak of the appearance of some characters, and among them was Neva, a character that has already been made official and has already appeared in the anime, and he proved to be a very important character initially, and in the future he may be even more important because of the Dragon Balls of the demon world. Among the characters whose images were leaked were two Majins who possibly served Dr. Arisu. Guys, what if in reality this scientist wants the Dragon Balls of the demon world, and since she is weak at that moment she would not be able to get the Dragon Balls, since to do so she would have to face the Tamagami, and since she does not have enough power to do it alone. She is manipulating everything so that Goku and his friends defeat the Tamagami, and in the end she would only get the Dragon Balls of the demon world. I believe that this is Dr. Arisu's objective. But why would she do all this? The answer is simple, my dear subscribers. She wants to create new Majins as powerful as Majin Buu. But she is not able to create such a powerful being alone. So the Dragon Balls from the demon world would be the best option for her. With the power of Shenron Dark, the scientist would be able to create beings as powerful as Majin Buu. Now that we know that Dr. Arisu is a manipulator, we can theorize that she may have an ability or magic similar to Babidi's that allows her to control beings using the Majin mark that she can grant. We may see Vegeta again with the Majin mark on his forehead, but this time he may not be in control. After all, he is now younger, and by extension, he is also weaker and would not be able to resist the power of the scientist's magic. We may even see other characters like Piccolo being controlled by the scientist, and even Goku could end up being controlled by her. With all this power, the woman would be able to dominate King Goma and even Degesu, who probably would not have enough power to face so many powerful characters strengthened by the power of the Majin mark. Now we already know that this doctor, Arisu, is an extremely dangerous woman just with the information we already have. But what if she gets the power of the third demonic eye? You may be wondering what the third demonic eye would be, and so far we know that it is a type of artifact passed down by the ancient kings of the demon realm, but which ended up being lost several years ago, so much so that Dabura, who was the former king of the demon realm, did not possess this artifact, and yet he was a very powerful being compared to the members of his species. And even the new King Goma does not have as much strength as Dabura, at least not in terms of raw power, but perhaps King Goma may be more powerful when it comes to using magic. As mentioned, this demonic artifact was lost ages ago, and the kings of the demon world in the past ended up not using this artifact, and we have no information about what abilities or effects this artifact would grant to its user. But we can be sure that this artifact would make anyone more powerful when using it, so much so that King Goma would use one of his wishes to Shenron to recover that artifact. But unfortunately for him, and fortunately for the Z warriors, Shenron only granted one wish to King Goma. But even so, I'm sure that this demonic artifact will appear at some point in the anime. Do you think this artifact was just mentioned randomly, or will it end up appearing at some point in the anime? I believe so. It will end up appearing in the anime at some point, but if it doesn't appear in Dragon Ball Daima, it will definitely appear in Dragon Ball Super. That's right guys, maybe this demonic artifact will be used by some enemy in the future. If that really happens, it means that the third demonic eye would have the ability to transform a weak being into someone as strong as Goku using complete Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta with his Ultra Ego. But who would be this enemy who would use the power of the third demonic eye in Dragon Ball Super? Simple, it would be Dr. Arisu herself. Yes, I believe that somehow she will come out alive from the events of Dragon Ball Daima and will hide to become stronger, and the third demonic eye would be the key to all of this. So guys, now I want to know your opinion. Is the doctor really manipulating everyone? Did you like the look of the new Majins? I commented. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.